and me, if anybody knows me, I need to eat on a regular basis. I mean, we stood in line all the way through lunch. Luckily I had a good sized breakfast. But at some point, I mean, in my everyday life, whether I'm up or low, I basically kind of need to, when I need to eat, I need to eat. Or I can be very, very difficult. But I somehow got through that, because if I'm around new people, I can't be my regular whiny self. And at one point, I kind of started feeling a little bit lightheaded. And that was when we were just about to go inside the office to vote. And when I got there, I was recharged and ready to go vote. Couldn't really think straight, though. I was like, ah. But, so we went to my, this time, with the woman that shall not be mentioned, I pick the restaurant. Every time we're going to go eat, we're going to go out to eat or something, I cannot go to my favorite place. I want to go to Shakespeare's Pub and Grill, and you know, and have some fish and chips or some bangers and mash. Citizen Kong. He likes. I've never been to the UK, but for whatever reason, I'm a bit of an Anglophile. Like I've said many times, it's not about the royal family. It's not about that. It's about, like, English cars and old movies. Like I was watching the 1967 version of Casino Royale the other night, or movies with Michael Caine. Whatever, Alfie. So I like that sort of thing. I used to drive an MGB, and there's quite a bit of British expats that live in San Diego. The ones that leave, really, they like the good weather, and there's some even English people can't deal with dreary England, I suppose. Anyway, we went. I am rambling. I'm out of practice. I'm sorry, on this Fez Up night. Of course, I always do ramble, don't I? We went out to eat, and I had bangers and mash with mashed potatoes and mushy peas, and oh, what did I have? I think it was Fuller's Extra Special Bitter. She had a hamburger, and every now and then she'll eat red meat. She doesn't eat red meat too often, and she had a Bass Ale. So anyway, and I was feeling good. It was like a long day. I was ready to go home, put my feet up and take a long nap. I was ready. And we got back to my place. Somebody had crashed into the woman that should not be mentioned's car. Like, really hit it real bad. And it's an old Japanese car, but and it's been taken care of, more or less. It's a good driver. So it's a real shame. I mean, when you get an old car like that and somebody hits it as badly as that, it's usually the insurance company wants to total it. And I'm awful. I'm awful because in this regard, because things are running through my head was like, I don't want to deal with this. I want to go home. I want to go inside and lay down. I know I suck. She ended up getting mad at me. Not because I said I'm going to go in and lay down, but because my priorities were different than hers as far as what we were. I wanted to get to the bottom of what happened. And she was going to go to the car to see if there was a note. As cynical as I am, living like, just outside of the city, kind of like uptown. Uptown sounds fancy, but it's not really. It's sort of like the originally was kind of like the first suburbs of San Diego, but now, excuse me, it's not regarded as the suburbs at all. It was that first little circle that started building around the downtown area. And I just assumed there wasn't a note. Looked like a hit and run to me. It turned out not to be the case. There was a note on the car, but I was off trying to see if there were any witnesses. And I'm totally not supposed to talk about stuff like this, but I can't help it. That was the thing that was really on my head. And last night, after I came back from voting and that happening, that was not good. Basically ruined her night, ruined mine, and then all the other nonsense that came along with that, because we were fighting. What I thought was a nice day. And yet, what I thought was an okay day, in the whole lecturing about me, how messed up I am, I had to hear about how I screwed up the whole day while we were standing in line voting. I had no idea. The interesting thing about me is that, well, it's not interesting, but this may be a character flaw with me. But with strangers or new people, I tend to be kind of up a different way. It's so... I'm going to have to blank that out. I'm going to have to edit out that. Sorry. The woman that not she be mentioned is so reclusive that we rarely do anything with other people. It's just she and I. Very rarely. And so she sees a different side to me when I'm around other people. I just know that that's just a given. If I'm around a group, I behave differently than one-on-one. Especially with all the bad road that she and I have been on, I have to say, you know, the affection is no longer between us, you know. And so that's it. I'm done talking about that. But man, I thought I was on the road to like back to feeling good, even though stuff sucks. You know, work is really slow. The future is not bright, and I think there's this just general malaise over the entire country. You know. And I even went to my hangout today, Twigs, to have my panini sandwich and coffee. And the power was out, just in the business. They were having electrical problems. But I could have my panini cold, my sandwich cold, and a sandwich, but I couldn't sit in my favorite spot because it was dark. Oh, woe is me. I can't help it. I'm a person that sort of believes in luck, and I just feel like there's just been a lot of bad luck going around. Anyway, here's to better luck. Cheers. And for all of you too. If any of you are having a rough time out there, hey, believe me, I feel for you. And thanks for those people that have like said, hey, how are you doing? Methadone for Life, Delphic Gobshite. I could go on and on. Nigel Cromwell stopped by to see how I was doing. I mean, these are people that have inquired. They know what's going on. Tommy Two Guns, otherwise known as Pops, and Delisa, Delisa Productions. Paul and Tinsel stopped by. And I'm just looking at the comments on my page. And I kind of, you know, tried to like go back and say, oh, and Trisha Kitty. Trisha Kitty and FCKU very much. FCKU very much. Yeah, she says, hey, hot stuff. Oh, I'm so flattered. Hey. Hey, you're the cute one, not me. Anyway. And Barfly Brooks is funny. Jeez, all this attention. Anyway, I get a kick. It's nice when people leave comments on my page. And I get a kick out of that, sure. It's nice, isn't it? And what else do I talk about? I wrote down a couple things, but yeah, mainly it was just thanking you for the support. And yeah, me, my lazy self, haven't answered any comments, but I believe I will look at some of the pages. Checking my watch here. Look at some of the pages and respond to some comments by verbally, incorporated into Fez Night.